here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you all doing? On today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to cut this beautiful abaya. You can see the sleeves. It's a two-piece abaya. Like, it has two different material, a plain material and a pattern material. You can use any color of your choice, depends on what you want. So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video. So these are the materials we'll be needing for the project. Your two materials, your tailor's chalk or tape or curve. So I'm using 3 yards for both fabric, though I'm not going to exhaust both. Yes. So we're going to start by placing our materials on each other. First the flower material, then the plain material. The flower material is underneath. So after which I held it down with pins. You can see the pins. Then I measured 0.75 inches. That's where I'm going to start all my measurement, because we are going to join the two pieces of the materials together to form a gown. So I drew my horizontal measurement. These are my horizontal measurements, my shoulder, my armhole, my waist, and my hip measurements. So let's get right to drafting. So I start by measuring my shoulder. My shoulder is 14 inches divided by 2, 7, plus half inches that I'll use to join it to the sleeve. That is, I have 7.5 in total. So whatever I have on the shoulder, I'm measuring it on the armhole. Then I'll use a ruler to connect the lines together. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to impute my horizontal measurement. That is my bust. So my bust measurement is 30. Divide by 4, 7.5, plus 1 inch for ease, making 8.5, plus another 1 inch for sewing allowance. Yes, it's a free dress, so you need to add ease because it's not going to have a zipper. Same thing for the waist measurement. Your waist measurement divided by 4, plus 1 inch ease, plus extra 1 inch for sewing allowance. Same thing with the hip measurement as well. All the measurements used will be put in the description box, so make sure you check it out. So the next thing to do now is to go down by 1 inch from the armhole for my shoulder slope or shoulder slant. Then I'll measure my neck width, which is 3.5 inches. Then I'll use a ruler to connect it together, like so. So now I'm just going to find the center of my armhole. I'm going to mark it. Then I'll go in by 0.5 inches. Then I'll connect it back to my shoulder slope, like so. You can use a ruler. Then I'll use my armhole curve to complete the curve. That forms my armhole. So after imputing all the measurements, I'm just going to use a ruler to connect my measurements together, from the bust to the waist to the hip, and the hip all the way down. So I just want to show you how I calculated the hem. So for the hem, I used 20 inches. You can see 20 inches at the hem. 20 inches. So that's just what I use for the hem. So for the back part of the clothes, remember for the front, the flower material was underneath while the plain was on top. So for the back, the plain material will be underneath while the flowered material will be on top. Yes, you can interchange yours. Yes, it's not compulsory. So after cutting both the front and the back piece, the next thing now is to impute our neck measurement. The front neck depth, I made use of 4 inches, while the back neck depth, I made use of 2 inches. Remember, our neck width is 3.5 inches. Yes. So I'm just going to use the curve to connect the lines together. The measurements together. So this is how the neck looks like. I just want to show you. Make sure your curve is starting from that point. Remember, we are joining the two front together, so that when we join them, we are still going to have a perfect round neck. This is why we are doing so. So we are done with that. So I went ahead to the sewing machine to join both the front and the back. So I just want to show you how it looks like. So this is the front piece. This is it. This is the perfect round neck. I joined it and I ironed it. So this is both the front and the back piece. Look at both of them. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to go over to the sewing machine again to join the shoulders together. After joining the two shoulders together, I'm going to use a bias tip to bias the neck all round, or you can decide to bias the neck first before joining your shoulder. Depends on what you want. So now let's work on the sleeves. So I want to cut my two sleeves together, so I just fold my fabric like this and I'll fold it again, that is in 4 folds. That's exactly what I did. After that, I measured my length. The length of my sleeve is 23 inches plus extra 1 inches. That is half for joining back to the bodice and the other half for hemming. So I'm just trying to make a straight line. So after that, I'll measure my armhole. My armhole, remember, is 8 inches. So I have 8 inches there. So half of 8 inches is 4. That's what I measure. Then I come down there by 3.5 inches and I give it a curve. So you just cut it out straight all the way down. So after cutting out, you make sure you notch the center, both for the upper part and the down part, so as to be able to locate the center easily. So these are the two sleeves. So after we are done with the sleeve, let's work on the material that we are going to use for our gathers. So for the gathers I'm going to make, these are the material I've cut out. I cut out 4 inches in length, both for the flowered material and the plain. 4 inches, while the width is infinity. I just cut it very long. So the plain one will be on the bodice, at the center of the bodice, while the pattern or flower rather will be on the sleeves. So for the plain one, I made the gathers at the center, you can see, while the flower, I made the gathers just at the edge. It's what I'm talking about, just at the center like so. And I make sure to hem. You can overlock it if you have an overlocking machine. So this is it. So let's go over to mark our lines. So this is it. So from the down part, I've marked out for the both sleeves. So from the down part, I measured about 1.5 inches. Yes, from the down part. Then I went up by 2.5 inches. And I went up by 2.5 inches again. Yes, that's what I did. So I'm just going to bring the first gathers. That is the flowered material will be on the sleeve, as I said earlier. So I'm just going to bring it and just place it on the first line, leaving 1 inch, which I'm going to stitch. I'm just going to use a pin to pin it down before going over to the machine. Make sure to use pins though. And if you have not subscribed yet, please click on the subscribe button. And if you have any question at all, please leave them in the comment section. I'll make sure to answer every questions. So this is it. I already went to the sewing machine to make a stitch on it. So I'll just repeat the same process for the second and the third. So this is it. I've done it. This is how it looks like. And this is for the second sleeve as well. So I'll go ahead to fix the gathers on the bodice. That's what I'm going to do now. So this is my bodice. I joined the shoulder already and biased the neckline, remember? I'll just bring the front of my bodice like this. Make sure you iron it, please. It's very important. So I'll bring my gathers and just place it at the center, that line, that joining. That's exactly what I'm just going to do. So mates, this is it. I already stitched it. This is how it looks like. Make sure you use the iron to stitch to iron it so it can relax. So the next thing I'm going to do now is just to fix my sleeve on my bodice, which I've already done. This is it. Join them together, right side to right side, and stitch with 1 inch seam allowance from the sleeves all the way down and give it a hem. This is just it, all the way down with 1 inch. So guys, this is it. This is how beautiful it's looking like. I am in love with this dress. So guys, if you find this video helpful, make sure you subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.